This is one of a series of videos in which I'll be talking about the tools that you have available over here in Photoshop. We talked about the marquee, the lasso, the wand. Now let's talk about the crop tool. Cropping will get rid of extra remnants from scanning, or you can crop out a person if you don't want the entire photo. You just simply click and hold and drag where you want the crop to be. If I want to crop him completely out, I can do it this far. When you double click, it will select or accept that crop. You can also use the check mark up here to accept it. You can use the circle with the line through it to undo what you did. Actually, that's not undo, that's cancel. This one with the arrow pointing back is the undo. So those are, that's pretty straightforward, and those are the tools that you use for that. You can also crop larger. Say I wanted to add another photo next to this one. I can make another space here for it. When you're cropping, you can choose to delete the cropped pixels or not. You can retain them in case you change your mind and want to bring them back. All it will do is hide them if you unselect that. So say I cropped this, and now I'm moving along and I'm doing some other things, and I don't know, I decide I want to bring those back. They're still there. I can just bring them back. The next thing, I'm going to switch photos here. This photo has been laid on a table and taken at an angle, and there is a new tool, new to me, it's not really new, the perspective crop tool. This is great. With the perspective crop tool, you choose a corner, choose each corner, and you can see it's bringing that mesh out, and this is out in space, but that's what will make it a square. And then once you accept that, it will turn that object flat, and that helps fix the perspective. It may be slightly too tall now because of the angle. If you unlock this layer, you can edit, transform. Let's do free transform, and you can pull that down a little bit, and that might help with that where he looks like he's stretched out too tall. Then you can just crop that extra space off that you don't need. But that's a great tool for help fixing perspective. I always did it the hard way. I would do the edit, transform, perspective, and that's a little bit difficult to get it right. With this tool, you just have to find the four corners and Photoshop does it for you. The next tools here are the slice and slice select. I do not use these for photo manipulation at all. These are for making web pages. So I can't really tell you a whole lot about them other than it chops up a picture. I think it makes web pages load faster. But I don't use those. The eyedropper tool is for choosing a color. And if you notice here, it was black, and I click here and now it's this pale blue and a darker blue. And that's if I want to borrow a color from another photo. I can even click out here and it grabs that gray. It won't work out here. It has to be somewhere in the workspace here. I don't use the 3D material eyedropper tool or the, and here's the color sampler. Let's say I wanted to know what color that is as far as the RGB values. If I click there, you can see here it says a number 1, R is 99, G is 131, and B is 124. That's if I wanted to be precise about using that color again in the future. I could write these numbers down and I could choose that number specifically here in your color picker. You would just put in the 99, G is 131, B is 1, I can't see, 120, whoops, back that out, 124. And then you have that precise color again. So if you want to save a color, you can write that down in the future. Next is the ruler tool. And let me switch photos here. This picture is crooked, and I personally use the ruler tool to help me straighten photos like this. If you click and hold and just drag a straight line, and I would drag it as far as you reasonably can, because the more information Photoshop has, the better it can do the job. And then once you get your line, release the mouse, and right here it says straighten layer, and Photoshop will straighten that for you. That's another shortcut. You could have gone to edit, transform, rotate, and then try to decide what's straight and what isn't straight. Well, this way you just draw a line and it will straighten it for you. I think it's great. Next is a note tool. I don't use this either, but if you wanted to leave a note here to remind yourself of something you may forget next month, you just click out here and you can write yourself a note. Next is the count tool, and I'm going to switch pictures again here. Let me close that. This is just, for me, it's just kind of fun. It may be useful for some people, but I'm going to count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 horses in this picture. And keep track of, if you want to count. I'd done a photo with 64 people in it. Well, the way I counted was by clicking on each person. It was the only way I could keep track because I kept losing my number. I think that's it for this video. If you have any questions, let me know, and we'll go on to more of your tools in a further video. Thank you.